for me, Sansom will be a quabash for Copasa by your dinner TV. And your first time watching our dinner TV, I must subscribe, like, and comment. And your comment section, so click on the notification button for more news updates. So, see, I know a whole lot. And I'm better a video so about Abronye DC. See, a Bekaya, a Enrada, or the new TV posted about iGP, Yankasa, Abronye DC, Kwame Bafo, chairman for Bron Ahafo. Nebisha for Nina Shashe Abronye Estory or what's now, not Hassan TV station. Eko Koki can send me says, Onim Juma Yankasa, ye IGP. Christian yo nutete oye wo krom ha se osro ni pabinum ewo NDC amanyo konim sebi baby ade ne to no IGP tete entimi fan to ho ni mum o tia na kaka ase da ho ase na ho onye na adwuma yi. And then recently on the 2nd of September 2025 akwatia by election no ebewe ne bia for we all know and I say ye nyina ye we heard in sama Abronye DC Kwame Bafo ekokika se sebi even IGP kasini a whole lot and I Kwame Bafo edituja sisi ano ebia for asem kese bi aba. Said yesterday we posted about say IGP I invite Abronye DC one office say omombra no mongi can say bi and then I say Abronye DC no ho asema dosepa or release secret upon secret about Randy Abe that defamation cases a whole lot but sister no police for esa aso Kwame Bafo mabusua for handcuffs egunisa enya sekes or into no men person meso brand no come home Yanko J asem no nchemu infree audio nim na yehu yenso de ebeka e comment section ye ya subscribe like na mpacho ya share ama afoforo no so mo sa ka ne ekoso ewe manga no ma say enya no kwa ye be click on the notification button for more news updates. Take your equity marcia medas.
Kwame Bafo Abronye, a Ghanaian politician and the current regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party in the Bono region of Ghana, respectfully submit this formal application for political asylum and security protection from now till the period when my application will be assessed and granted by any of the countries I have applied to as attached below. I have attached all relevant documents establishing my Ghanaian citizenship, marked Exhibit A. Grounds for seeking asylum. My request is based on consistent escalating political persecution, threats to my life, and systematic abuse of state security powers by the current government of Ghana. The key grounds are 1. Unlawful arrest and detention. In February 2025, shortly after the current NDC government assumed office, I became the first opposition politician to be arrested and detained by the National Investigations Bureau for over 13 hours. My arrest followed my public criticism of the government's crude, unfair, and blanket dismissal of over 150,000 Ghanaian workers without due cause and a call for their immediate reinstatement. During my detention, I was threatened, intimidated, and sternly warned that unless I cease criticizing the government, I will face more severe reprisals in the future. 2. Ongoing threats and intimidation. Since my release, I have received persistent threats, both verbal and electronic, via WhatsApp and SMS from individuals linked to the ruling party, including those currently holding government positions. Recently, I publicly questioned the Inspector General of Police, IGP, Mr. Christian Tete on an online TV program that I host for failing to address the worsening insecurity in Ghana per the recently released Global Peace Index report, particularly the tribal conflicts in the north and that have resulted in deaths and displacement. While instead of focusing on the selective arrest of opposition members for expressing personal opinions online, even when officers, members, and supporters of the ruling party have also said same or even worse. 3. Targeted harassment and threats of arrest. Following my public remarks, I received a threatening call from an individual claiming to be an investigator and identifying himself only as Mr. Seth, claiming to act on instructions of the IGP. He ordered me to report to the National Police Headquarters immediately to answer questions as to why I have been insulting and disrespecting the IGP, Mr. Christian Tete, threatening that My failure to comply would result in being forcibly apprehended and dealt with mercilessly, that I won't come back to life. Through my lawyers, I officially wrote to the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, to verify if any official complaint had been lodged against me and if they had invited me. The Director General of CID, through the Secretary, informed my lawyers that they had not received nor initiated any criminal investigations against me, and rather directed my lawyers back to the supposed investigator, Mr. Seth, who when contacted, flatly refused to clarify and instead ominously stated, and I quote, "Tell that boy that if he refuses to come and we pick him up, he won't come back to life." A confidential source within the police later informed me of a secret meeting where plans had been finalized to arrest, detain, and brutalize me should I appear at the police headquarters. 4. Escalating pattern of persecution. In recent months, there has been a disturbing trend of opposition politicians being arrested and detained beyond the constitutionally mandated 48 hours without bail. This has created a climate of fear and intimidation where political opponents of the government are deliberately targeted. Based on these realities and the direct threats to my life and liberty, I am convinced that I and my family are in imminent grave danger. Legal protocols relied upon in the application. This application is respectfully grounded upon the following binding international legal instruments and guidelines. Okay. One, it talks about them, the 1951 Refugee Convention and 1967 Protocol.
The various...
It talks about Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 14, affirming the applicant's right to seek asylum. 3, International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Article 9 and 19. 1969 OAU Refugee Convention. And then the 5th one, UNHCR Guidelines on International Protection, recognizing that persecution of opposition, political, and denial of state protection fall within the Refugees Protection Framework. In conclusion, in the light of the above, and in genuine fear for my personal safety and that of my family, I respectfully seek political asylum and security protection in your country. I place my trust in your respected institution to consider my case urgently and to extend the necessary humanitarian assistance and protection under international conventions governing the rights of asylum seekers. And they say, for your kind attention, Kwame Bafo Abronye, Regional Chairman, Bono Region, New Patriotic Party, and the copy is to the UN Resident Coordinator Office, Resident Coordinator Ghana, Communications Officer UNCT, UNHCR Ghana Representative, UNDP Ghana, UNOWAS Regional Mission, and the recipient embassies are Canada, Accra International GCCA, UK Embassy, German Embassy, United States, Cote d'Ivoire, Spain, France, Italy. And it says all correspondence can be sent via my personal email.
In any of these countries, no asylum, no open. But he raises very interesting issues. I think the government should take these serious. Mostly for the international image of our country. We've carved a certain image for ourselves. Minim say upon the invite, wako police Australia, When the police will invite you, based on what they are investigating, they can formally arrest you.
Okay.
No, my grant you bail.
Okay.
And I don't know if they have arrested him or will be arresting him and grant him bail subsequently. They mean him. But this is not looking good. I mean, for the international image of the country, it's
I think that as a country we should try to move ahead of some of these things, it's very, very important. And wherever I've always had challenges, and they be about when it comes to the application of justice, there will be said it doesn't know A and it doesn't know B. So I expect same on every individual in this country. The application of selectivity in terms of justice is dangerous for us as a country. And then let me quote the former National Security Minister, Ira Kandapa, when he met the judiciary in a conversation, and he was frank to tell them that from the look of things and what he's hearing and seeing, say, in terms of their rulings and their judgments now, is not healthy.
Yeah.
If we are not careful, it will create a certain impression. So lift that conversation, come and put it here this afternoon, that if we are not careful as a country and as a government, some of the actions and their inactions, it's creating a certain mindset for all of us to think through, especially with the approach.
Yes.
Now, officer mandated by Ghana to act on our behalf, on our dear rightful. Why do you jump walls?
So I'm jump.
Yes, if you jump and obia sebi, and also if you say not pay. What comes out of it? I don't know why. I don't know why abain after abain we have decided to frustrate and intimidate and to encourage this kind of thing in this country. It's very hurting. If you go to read what Olivia kindly actually go to Facebook and now, they be that some of the part don't chance a four we no careful. We should get away from that perception of when we have power, we will use it anyhow via our emotions and forget about the loss of the land and apply our emotions or the office that we have. We are saying, baby, we will not care about what you do again. And they should hear us. When that time comes up, we will not know who is powerful or who is not powerful. Because in short we are building a country that we all want, not a country that will suit a certain group of people. That is what we have done to ourselves up to this point. And I'm surprised that when you tell government after government, when they are in power and you are talking and you are talking reality to them, they will always come back at you, insulting you. But the say, whether 4 or 8 or 12 years, there is appointed time for every political party
to leave power.
That time will come. So, touch wood. So the next elections, if he says the NDC is not in power, are the people occupying positions now thinking through what the future holds for them? We don't build a country like that. Because the space now is not comfortable. The space now is not comfortable.
And I was a bit shocked. Already Abronye way, you know.
Yeah.
As a meteo baby, so I'll say police for no I say he ordered me to report to the National Police Headquarters immediately to answer questions as to why I have been insulting and disrespecting the IGP, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu.
Obi, we talk about insults in this country. We talk about insults. We want insults to be a question for all of us to discuss in this country. People in power and out of power. We talk about insults.
And we've sat here to say, sir, this thing I do level as